Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sustain the Trail podcast. As always, I'm Tyler. Unfortunately, Becca is traveling, or I guess fortunately, now that I think about it, I wish I was traveling. Becca is not here today. However, I do have a lovely guest. Chrissy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the podcast, Tyler. Looking forward to today.
Of course, of course. I've been dying to get you on. I
Yep.
I, I think I asked you well before we even launched the podcast. And it took a little bit of encouragement.
Sure
Um,
did. Here we are,
but
though.
but I got you here, and I'm super excited. So a lot of our listeners have heard Take a Hike Resale Shop as a presenting sponsor of the show.
hmm
Which first, thank you. Very grateful for your support and allowing us to talk about you on the show every week.
hmm
I will say this is not a sponsored episode. This is just hanging out with one of my close friends. Um, but a lot of people don't know what Take a Hike Resale Shop actually is. So can you tell us what Take a Hike is?
Yeah, I would love to. So basically, started Take a Hike Resale Shop last May 2025. So coming up on first year. So kind of a big milestone for a small business. And basically, I noticed a lot of things in the industry of kind of taking a step back. I have 1,000 hobbies that require different clothes and different equipment and a different, like, two different helmets. So it's like, how do I afford all of this? So essentially, what I noticed was a lot of folks are like me out there and like my friend group, and they want to try different things and maybe not invest in, top of the line gear and brand new. So essentially, it can feel intimidating to try something new as an adult as well. So and it can also be expensive, so that's where kind of Take a Hike comes in. um, my friend group, as well as like some nonprofits I work with and just general friends, we're really deeply rooted in like the community. So if I'm not super knowledgeable on a topic that you're interested in, I probably have someone that like I could give you their like email, or you could probably grab a coffee with them, because that's who I surround myself with. It's kind of just like an open door, and I think it's really cool. Just kind of always happy to make these connections and provide people with connections that maybe they didn't know were, you know, didn't know that they had those connections so easily through one person. Um, and then, it all comes down to, this is a fun side hustle for me. I'm a corporate America girl. So, I'm thrifting on the weekends and, doing pickups from Facebook Marketplace. So this is just my side hustle. And it is so much fun because, like, every weekend I'm hanging out with my friends at like a pop-up shop at, Rockmill, or like I had one at Dirty River, or, these festivals that are coming up. So overall, the goal of the shop is simple, get everyone outside more affordably, sustainably, and hopefully make some more friends along the way to enjoy the outdoors with.
I absolutely love it. And I say that not only because you're one of my closest friends, but also I just love the fact that there's a local resale shop that isn't REI
hmm
or, something of that sort.
hmm
I've had my history of working at different outdoor retailers. I won't go into specifics. One or both actually.
hmm
Uh, but there's always this gap in the market that I see, and with us being in the national park area, Cuyahoga Valley National Park, there isn't a whole lot of places for people that don't have a tremendous amount of money to go get gear, and
hmm
you're really filling that gap.
Yeah.
Like I've been to a handful of events that you're at.
hmm
Rockmill was definitely one of my favorites.
hmm
Um,
The gear swap, that was so
that
cool.
that was so sick. That was so sick. Um, and like I'm also an active supporter of Take a Hike. Like
hmm
we just did a trade
hmm
like a few days ago.
We love a good trade here.
Yeah, we love a good trade, and like I've bought gear from you, and I've given you gear to sell, and like some things I
hmm
just give you. And you're like, hey, if you want to keep it, keep it.
hmm
So, um, I absolutely love that, and as much as I love that it's just side hustle, I do hope one day it makes sense for it to be a full time thing, just because you could do even more good for the community.
Yeah. Yeah. we'll think about that. Maybe like a 5-10 year thing, but not knocking it out. But for right now, I'm very much enjoying like pop ups, and then but yeah, that's just where we're at right now. But I think
Absolutely.
in the future could be a possibility for sure.
You never know where it goes. If this podcast takes off, then you'll take off
Yeah,
with it. So
we'll go together.
absolutely. I'll take you. I'll take Open Trail. I'll take
Perfect.
Josh with us. Like I'll
Yep.
take all the homies. If I'm
Perfect.
going up, you're all going up.
Perfect.
So, um, how did the idea evolve from concept to reality from the very, very beginning till
Hmm.
now? How have things changed? What have you noticed?
Hmm.
Like, I'm sure from the very beginning, it's a bit of a different thing than it was or than
Yeah.
it is now.
Absolutely. So before I even did my first event, I kind of always just had this like stack of gear and clothing that like I've thrifted forever. It's just one of my favorite things to do. And I'm like, I would love to like not like I don't need this for myself. Like I would love to have like a resale shop, and it just was like very daunting and overwhelming. Luckily, I have a lot of really close friends that have small businesses, so we just kind of talked in like very digestible ways that I could make it work without it getting overwhelming. So first pop up last May, I didn't have enough stuff, and it was at an outdoor fest. So like that was a reality check of how like niche and how needed this type of businesses in this community, especially in like the Akron and Cleveland area. There's mountain bike trails, there's hiking, there's biking, there's climbing, like water sports, like truly everything. So um, I kind of got a feel for, what people actually want, what they need. A lot of people have been buying secondhand gifts from the shop, which I think is like extra cool. Not going out and buying something new, because a lot of the stuff in shop literally still has tags on it. So it's kind of wild the things that I find. But yeah, overall, I would say it's definitely evolved. The inventory is booming, but the I would say the setup and breakdown is very efficient now. So that's like a super win, because like before it was like an hour and a half of like sweating and like, does this look good? And now it's like super efficient. Like I can do it myself or with my husband, or some of my friends come. You've helped me break down before. So yeah, it's only gotten better and better. So yeah, I would say concept to today, we're in a really good spot. I feel really good with everything.
You should. You should. You run honestly a super tight ship.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like your first ever of a pop up event was at Northeast Ohio Adventure Fest last May.
Hmm.
I was there for like 20 or so minutes. I was on the clock at the outdoor shop I worked at down the street, so I couldn't spend a whole lot of time there. And I that was my first uh like time seeing take a hike, but I didn't actually get to talk to you because you were surrounded by people and talking to a bunch of people, and I had a short amount of time, and I was also very timid.
Yeah.
I was still very much in my shell. Um, and so I got to see you there, and your spread was awesome. Like it was super cool. Um, but hold on, lost train of thought. Now we'll be going to Northeast Adventure Fest together this year.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah.
it May 16th? I
Yep.
think.
Saturday, May 16th, 10 to 4. Free
Yep.
99 to attend.
Yep. It's absolutely free. There's so many vendors there. I know the Trail Theory dudes that do the Trail Theory podcast are doing a live episode recording there, which I am super excited to see.
I forgot
Um,
you had mentioned that. Also excited for that.
yeah, and then I'm actually speaking there.
Hmm.
I'm doing a speech on sustainable web development. I think it's at like 11 or 11:30 in the morning inside the pavilion.
Yeah.
That'll be super fun. But there's so many vendors there. There's Hi Ho there. There's it's endless, and it's such a fun event. So
Hmm.
anybody listening that's in the Cleveland, Akron, even Columbus area, make the travel up. It's like 2 hours,
Hmm.
100% worth it. Come out, hang out. I think it's what 12 to 4 or
10
11
to
to
4.
4,
10 to
10 to
4.
oh 10
Yeah.
to 4. Look at me, yeah, 10
Yeah.
to 4, May 16th. Uh, you should come out, hang out, and that's
Yeah.
actually put on by a collective. So
Yep.
it's gonna be a huge, huge thing.
Yeah. And also, like, shameless plug, it's for everyone. It's not for if you just are like big into hiking and the outdoors. Like, there's going to be food, there's going to be beer, there's going to be all the local, like, shops and stores on Front Street. So it's super kid friendly, it's super adult friendly. Like, bring your dog. Please bring your dog. I'll have treats from Morty's and Munchies downtown. But yeah, there's really something for everyone. So it's like you could definitely make a day of it, as well as Cuyahoga Falls in general. Like, it's a really cute town.
Oh yeah, and there's, I mean, if you're a big brewery person, there's a handful of breweries. There's also Tiki Underground, which does amazing cocktails, and so many local spots that are just incredible to visit. Um, but
Speaking of local
hey,
brewery,
hi ho, hi ho. Thank you, Sam.
thank you, husband.
Uh, so there's probably a handful of problems that you're trying to solve with Take a Hike. Can you just name a few of those?
Yeah, I would say one is just affordability. Like, the world holistically right now, we all could use a little bit of help. And getting outside, it's scientifically proven. Going outside. So whatever capacity that is for you, I think the shops here too. If you need a pair of shoes, you need a sun hat if you're going to be outside all day. It's really there, so you can hopefully really affordably be able to get out there in whatever capacity that is. Um, and then another, problem I think we're solving is definitely the sustainability piece. Kind of going along with sustaining the trail, the theme of the podcast. It's like the things that I find at the thrift store, like North Face windbreaker jackets, like fully seam sealed, waterproof with like armpit vents, like good jackets, tags still on. Like, I'm finding those regularly. Like, that's a problem. So I think that being able to give those back to the community is something that goes along with the sustainability. So hopefully they're not going in a landfill. Also, I've had some folks and customers, they've repurposed some things. So if they find like a cool flannel at the shop and, maybe they don't, it's not the right size, or it's not their favorite pattern or something, they've actually turned it around and made it into something else, so they're reusing something, which is really, really cool. I would love to get like photos of things that people have flipped from the shop, so that's something I'm working on as well. So definitely affordability and sustainability are definitely top of mind, I would say.
So with that in mind, what makes a piece of gear worthy of being resold at the
Hmm.
shop?
Yeah, so um, I'm pretty picky about what goes in the shop. So I'm not out here selling tattered backpacks that one hike you put like a water bottle, like a full Nalgene in it, and it's gonna break. Everything at the shop, it's inspected by me. I have like a free, I call it the screaming deal bin. So, I have quite a few things that I give away for free that are a little bit more loved. And I would rather have them go to a home than just, being redonated or, going into the trash or something. And they're still perfectly fine. They're just not up to like my standards. Like, I had a really nice fishing sun shirt, and it had like one little snag on the back that I probably could have pulled through, but I was like, someone will really like this. Or I have a lot of winter gear that, not a lot, but some lingerers that I don't really want to hold on to them, so I'll probably stick them in like a free or a $5 or a $10 bin for some of the shows coming up. So hopefully someone finds value in that. Yeah, then answer your question.
I think so, yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, I've browsed your inventory dozens of times at this point.
Hmm.
Um, and I've never once seen something that wasn't like perfect.
Yeah.
Like no stains, there's no discolorations, no weird smells,
Yeah.
no anything. Like you always find such incredible gear. And I actually got a brand new 15-degree rated Marmot down
Hmm.
sleeping bag from you that
Hmm.
still had tags.
Yeah. Which is literally insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Or
Yeah.
like just like a few days ago, I traded you a 6 gallon water jug that I only used once and a Cotopaxi hoodie that I had that just didn't fit quite right. Um,
Hmm.
for a Patagonia R, I think it's R1, quarter
Hmm.
zip,
Yeah.
and like it's crazy. I
Hmm.
I don't want to. I don't know if you're a gatekeeper of where you thrift. Uh, and if you are, that's totally okay. But
Yeah.
maybe we'll have to talk privately outside of this so I can figure out where you're going to.
Yeah.
That way,
I'm ha-
not necessarily so I can buy underneath you, but so I
yeah.
can, because I often send you things that I find too.
There's so much out
Um,
there. Everyone like it's crazy. The racks are just getting refilled. So definitely not a secret. I would say that um, like I often frequently travel in between Cleveland and Akron. My family's in Buffalo. So if I'm ever in like a new town or new area, I will literally Google thrift store near me and pop in, even if it's, 5 minutes and it's like this wasn't great. You never know. You truly never know what you're gonna find. I stopped in. I don't know if you can see it, my bag collection back there. But the other day I stopped into um, Village Discount Outlet in Akron, and I found like 40-liter backpacking backpack like dug under some suitcases, and I was like, okay, like this is cool. And I didn't have a lot of time to stay there, so I headed on out. So yeah, it like Village Discount Outlet. I usually find some pretty good gear there, but honestly, everywhere because you truly never know what you're going to find anywhere.
I will say the village discount in Akron versus Cuyahoga Falls is way better. Like
So much
I
more
got
organized,
so much more organized. There's
clean.
so much more Patagonia, North Face,
Hmm.
like all kinds of like the bigger brands. I remember it was like 5 years ago. I went to the Village Discount in Akron and I got a 2 layer system North Face snowboarding jacket. And so it was like the internal layer
Yep.
and then the external shell. And I think I spent like $25 on it. And I got home and I looked it up and it was like a $450
Yeah.
jacket. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing.
Hmm.
The Cuyahoga Falls Village Discount isn't, it doesn't have as much,
You
which
gotta
is kind of surprising to me. But
you gotta go and dig. Like you can't stay there for an hour. Like if I'm going thrifting, like it could be like 2 hours to like a full 8 hour workday. Like you never know. Like I can't have any plans when I have plans to go like outsourcing and thrifting. So
that's
you gotta
fair.
have patience. It's a whole thing, I feel like.
That's fair. That
Yeah.
that backpacking backpack that you found at the bottom of the suitcases is actually pretty crazy.
Hmm.
I've not been that lucky yet, but
Yeah.
and if I needed one, I'd actually I just buy it from you, but I don't need one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a 70-liter Gregory that I haven't even gotten to use yet. So,
Fair. Fair.
what is your favorite part of running Take a Hike? And it doesn't have to be just one thing; it can be multiple
Hmm.
things. But
Yeah. I would honestly say the community that it has a following. Like people will reach out to me on Instagram, and before they're going out to buy something, they'll ask if I have it. And I'm like, not right now, or I do. And I'll send them options, or, I'll provide them resources of where they might be able to have some better luck if they were looking for used. Um, and also the community at the events. Like I said, I'm at local rock gyms that I climb at, like biking, hiking, all of these things. And it's like the feel good vibes of the show are incredible. Like it'll be the same people that like often come and they'll follow the shop around, which is pretty cool for just being literally a pop up shop. That we have Instagram and our website by you. So definitely the community that is building and it's going to continue to grow is 100% like my favorite thing. And then additionally, when things get donated to the shop, which is pretty often, I price them like very, very well. And the reason for that is, I'm not taking any of my time to find anything. And then I'm actually starting to donate those profits to local nonprofits because I didn't do anything for them. So if I can give it back, um, that's honestly what I love doing. And then one other thing is the the gear swap that you mentioned at Rock Mill. We had so much goods after, which is a good thing. Like ton of inventory was swapped, but it's a swap. There's going to be things left over. So after the show, I actually took like all of the winter jackets and like warm gear, and I went on around Akron, and I like handed them out to people out the window, like on corners and stuff. And it's like a feel good moment. It's like that is also part of the Take a Hike community that I want people to know about is we are integrated into the community, however we can show up basically.
I love that. Yeah, I remember us talking about that after, because I was there the whole time, and then I stayed
Mm-hmm.
after, helped you pack up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away with some incredible goodies that day. I
It's a
remember
cool
I
event.
bought it is. I got a pair of On sneakers
Mm-hmm.
for $5.
Mm-hmm.
That was sick. I got a few other things
I don't know
uh
if I ever told you. Did you
that
know
I'm
those were from the shop?
yeah, I
You
know.
did? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me, and I
Yeah.
was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still wear them every day, so
Great. They're cool.
I love them. Everything
Cool.
I've gotten from you is very well loved.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm still actively working through my gear collection to be like, hey, what can I give to Chrissy?
Do
Uh,
another trade.
because there's another trader. Like, eventually, I'm just gonna let you take it for free because I most of the things that I'm gonna give you, I don't want money for. So, uh, just because like it's better off not sitting in my area that's
Hmm.
not being used. Like if I could give it to you for free and you can sell it to somebody that's going to use it, I feel fulfilled because then
Yeah.
I'm also contributing to somebody getting gear that is
Yeah.
useful for them.
Yeah.
So I don't always want money for the gear that I have.
That's hard
Um,
for me, but I'll accept it. But I also like giving my friends money. But that's a personal thing I'm trying to work through.
yeah, yeah, and I do appreciate your sentiment too. I'm
Yeah,
sometimes I'll be a butthead on purpose and be like, no, I'm not taking your money.
it's fine. I can take it. It's a growing experience.
I'll send you gifts back and forth.
It's fine.
So I kind of want to transition a little bit of the episode.
Sure.
This is not in the show notes. This is very much just kind of us having good conversation because
Sure.
we've kind of covered a lot in 23 minutes
Yeah.
already.
Good at gabbing.
Uh, yeah, we're very good at gabbing. Uh, Outside of Take a Hike, you love adventure. You
Hmm.
love hiking. You love your bike. Actually, I think you love your bike more than you love most things on the planet, to be honest with you.
It ebbs and
So
flows. Right now, yes.
that's fair. I mean, you are always on your bike, even in the winter months. And in Ohio, we have like 6 to 8 months of winter, and you're
Hmm.
still riding out there when it's snowy. It's incredible to see. It's not something I would want to do, but I have my indoor bike for that.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
what are some adventures over the last few years that you've been really excited about?
I would say, oh gosh, put me on the spot here. I would say, I mean, just recently I went out to California, traveled with my gravel bike for the first time in a bike bag on the airplane, and it was really simple. I thought it would be stressful, but it was not. Um, and just checking out, some gravel routes out there with my friends, that was absolutely incredible. Um, Also have done, some girls trips. I've done some trips with my husband. Um, I would say in the past like 5 or so years, kind of did the big five out in like Arizona, Utah. So in the same day, one of my best friends and I, we did Angel's Landing before you needed a permit, and we were able to do the Narrows. And people always look at us kind of sideways when we say we did those in the same day, but all of my friends very much are into type 2 fun, so we keep them around because at the end of the day, you look back and it's always great. So that's definitely a highlight. I have some big, biking plans coming up this year that have not happened yet. Exploring potentially the Gap Trail, which is, I want to say, like 380 to 400 miles. So that'll be a bike packing trip. Um, Looking forward to that. And then, honestly, in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, it's like my heart. I don't have to think, it just exists there. Wherever I go, I'm going to have a good time. So, um, yeah, honestly, I've I've done a lot. I'm not very good at remembering things ad hoc. So you You got
Same,
me there.
same, same.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for that, but
that's okay.
we covered a lot more in the first 23 minutes than I thought we would.
Yeah.
So I figured kind of going and getting people getting to know you as a person outside of just take a hike, because
Hmm.
I don't want to just make it all about take a hike.
Yeah.
A,
Yeah.
because then it'll make it feel sponsored and it's not,
Yeah.
but also like you're much more than just take a hike as a human. And so yeah, I saw that you went out to Cali.
Hmm.
Uh, I didn't realize you took your own bike out there, so that's kind of crazy. I
Hmm.
That would give me so much anxiety flying with a bike in a bike bag. But
It didn't fly great. When I got home, I had to put some work into it. And when I say I had to put some work into it, I took it to Dirty River Bike, who I trust wholeheartedly, and I'm like, I can't shift this. What are we doing here? So I ended up getting like a new derailleur, like new front rotor. So it was a whole thing. So I probably packed it myself coming home. I probably did something weird. So, but honestly, it was worth it. I would do it again just because like the geometry of my bike is super important to me. So it's just comfortable. So it was worth it then.
yeah, and Dirty River is amazing.
Hmm.
I love all the folks over there. And I mean, I miss that Kurt doesn't work there anymore, but there's still an amazing group of people. I always
Hmm.
go and get my gels up there. So
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
um yeah. Let's see. I actually got to take out that marmot sleeping bag for the first time, what, 2 weeks ago?
Oh, when you went up to was it Maryland, right?
We went
Or
to New
Maine?
River Gorge and then Maryland. Yeah,
Yeah.
not that Maryland part was not planned.
Yeah. Right.
No. We were supposed to spend the whole weekend in New River Gorge. It was incredible there. It's my second time being there. Uh, Absolutely loved it. It's just amazing down there. It's a bigger version of Cuyahoga Valley National Park.
Hmm.
Obviously, there are some mountains and stuff like that, but it's also free. It's one of the few free national parks that you can go to.
Hmm.
And I took that just because the nights were supposed to get down in like the 20 digits,
Hmm.
and I was like, okay, I should bring that. I actually wasn't going to be the one to use it. My girlfriend was going to be the one to use it, so she would have actually gotten to use it before I did.
Oh yeah.
Um, Thankfully, I packed enough blankets and quilts and warmth
Hmm.
outside of the sleeping bags that we didn't need to use that sleeping bag or my other one.
Hmm.
Um, but it did go on the trip, and
That's
so
great.
I cut the tags off of it finally, because otherwise it was lofting. I have it lofted over like a little mirror that I have, and I
Yeah.
just lofted over the mirror because I don't need to look at
Keep
the
it.
mirror.
Yeah. Keep it open.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But that finally got to travel with me. And I was so excited. I can't wait to actually get to use it. Unfortunately, we're now kind of getting out of the cold weather season, so 15-degree bag is gonna be a little too warm for me during the warmer months. But
I feel that, but also I have I think it's like a -10 sea to summit. Like I have no business with that caliber of, a sleeping bag, but I sleep in it all summer. Like I'll just like keep it open. Like if I'm like camping in my hammock, I'll just like drape it over me. But I sleep cold, so
well, so I thought that would be the case with the marmot, but it's a mummy bag, so
yeah,
it only quarter zips down. It doesn't
yeah.
fully unzip,
Just put your feet
and
in
so
and open the top up.
I
Like a
could do
shrimp.
that. Yeah,
Like a shrimp.
just put my feet in and sprawl out.
Yeah.
It could work. It could work.
Hmm.
But yeah, that finally got to go on the trip with me. I'm trying to think of what other take a hike gear that I have. I mean, the ons go with me everywhere, so that's not worth really mentioning. I wear them every single day.
It's good though.
Um, I don't know. I have so much gear for me at this point that it's hard to pinpoint exactly what's been where and how.
Hmm.
But I, what if there's one adventure that you're looking forward to that you want to talk about right
Hmm.
now for this year, what would it be? It doesn't have to be outdoor biking, hiking, or anything like that. It could just be a pop up you're trying to do or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that's
I
an
mean,
adventure in itself.
it is. That well said. Well said. Um, Honestly, I'm most excited about I think the Northeast Ohio Adventure Fest. Like that's the community I want to be involved in and surrounded by those folks of like-minded people in the community. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. There's tons of other shows that are coming up, but like that one just has a special place in my heart because it's what started, the business. So, but other than that, I would say just get my dog out for lots of walks. Like honestly, that's a highlight in itself. Just she's a handful, but we're working through a lot of stuff, and like that in itself is really exciting to me, and just kind of like a after the workday in corporate America, you just go for a walk. So just little things like that. Um, just trying to read all the books while laying in my hammock in different areas of the park is also top priority.
How did Saturday go for your hammock day? Because you said after we met up for coffee that you were going to just like pitch your hammock in the backyard and read a book. Did that
Mm-hmm.
did that go as well as you planned it would?
Yep, read and rot all day. It
Love
was
it,
fabulous.
love it, love
Highly
it.
recommend.
And then you had a bike ride. What, Sunday?
um, yes, I did. I bike ride Sunday.
I think that was the day that I picked up that Patagonia on your porch because you weren't there. So I think it was
Oh
Sunday that you did the
yes,
bike ride.
yeah, yeah. That was Sunday, and then yeah, just chilled the rest of that day. It was like kind of cold and gross that day, so that's an adventure in itself. But if you have the right gear, you can go out in anything.
Given that you've been doing this for almost a year now, we're just a little shy of a year at this point. Where do you think the outdoor industry is heading in terms of resale and circular economy?
Yeah, I hope that it continues to grow. I hope that people see the value in buying secondhand gear and the value that it can give you as like the consumer. You're spending less, you're not putting something in the landfill, and you're maybe, supporting a small business such as Take a Hike. Or I have some other friends that are also doing outdoor resale shops. That's another thing I love is some of like my friends that do like very similar roles to me. Like I just had a pop up with Burning River Vintage, and they do like vintage clothing, but also like outdoor gear. And just to have us literally together selling, it could be, we could have the same thing in our inventory, but just to have that community and like people just bopped around like between both, and to not have like that feeling of like just competition, I think is really cool. So I think I would love people to understand that like we're not all going to have the same thing. So as I hope that more resale shops open of any ilk of selling anything, I just hope that like we can all come together and support one another. And if I don't have something, I'm happy to refer you to someone that hopefully you can find what you're looking for, or provide you the resources that you might be able to find what you're looking for.
Do you see the resale and like circular economy side of things going more corporate over time? I know REI has their resale program,
Hmm.
which I have actively shopped
Hmm.
many times over the years, even as recently as like a month ago.
Hmm.
Um, and I hate to say REI is corporate, but given their current standings with how they handle things, they're very
Hmm.
much corporate.
Hmm.
Um, do you think that the resale and circular economy side of the outdoors industry is going to be more like individual led with like people like you, or more, capitalistic, like big business led?
I hope the first, um, just because small businesses rock. We can do the same things as the big people, but it's a more personable approach to things. Like customer like service is probably going to be way better than like if you walk into a store. Relationships can be built. So I don't have a great answer to that, but my answer is that I hope that it was the first one that you said, that it continues to, perhaps stay on the smaller side.
I hope so too. I mean, nothing against REI. I love going there, and I have a lot of acquaintances that I know that work there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's always a good time going there, but
Yeah. There's
it's
a
a
time
much
and
better.
place to go there to pick up something for sure.
Absolutely, but at the same regard, I enjoy getting to go to a pop-up and
Mm-hmm.
like making friends with people there, whether it be, the owner or somebody like yourself or
Mm-hmm.
other, peers like myself that are just shopping and like strike up a conversation about what adventure they're gearing up for, or,
Yeah.
like what they're looking to do with that piece of gear. Like,
Yeah.
I think doing what you're doing is going to be largely more impactful on the circular economy and reselling
Mm-hmm.
like community versus a big corporate company coming in and trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
There's also less. I wouldn't say it sounds weird to say less skin in the game, but for you, there's less skin in the game. Like you're able to source these items for usually pretty low amount of revenue,
Mm-hmm.
and then also then give your shoppers an incredible deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
And
the goal.
so I think that's where you're gonna for sure beat out like the corporate side of things, where like they're gonna have to buy it in at a certain price and then sell it at a profit margin that's way higher. And that's
Mm-hmm.
not to say I haven't, like, I've gotten what, 2 pairs of Birkenstocks in the used gear section at REI in the last month, uh, for less than $100,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very rare. But
Mm-hmm.
like, still, like
So
there's
expensive.
going to be, yeah, still expensive. I also have noticed that you've become more attuned to the things that you want in the shop. So like I'll send you some things sometimes and you'll be like, I don't need any more of that. Like I just need more of this.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge milestone in growth for you because you're realizing what sells and like
Yeah.
what your customers need, but
Mm-hmm.
also you're not just sitting on a bunch of stuff that eventually you're gonna have to,
Yeah.
you know, figure out how to get rid of for free.
Yeah. As a pop-up shop, I only have my car to get to and from. So, I have a limited inventory that I can take to and from. I have to be able to do it, myself if I have to. So that's something that I have to take into consideration. But definitely have been more selective, and there's no harm in saying no. You can do it in a very nice way, and at the end of the day, that's going to be better for everyone. So I think that if you keep the connection open, like you're allowed to say no. So
What is one big dream you have for Take a Hike as it stands right now at this very moment?
that's a good question. Right now, it's not going to happen right now. In 5 years, I would like it to be so successful that I could get a van, build it out, and the shop could be a travel shop.
That would be sick.
That's the dream. That's the end game.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, that's the goal. And I think, yeah, I would have to work out like the schematics of like being able to pop up at national parks and like if there's any like, permits or anything. But like I think that's the ultimate goal.
I mean, even if the national park side of it is a little bit rough, there are hundreds of thousands of breweries across
Hmm.
the country.
Yeah.
I have some that I'm friends with that are in like the Asheville, North Carolina area
Hmm.
that like all you have to do is send them a message, be like, "Hey, I do this. I'd love to pop up in your parking lot.
Hmm.
What do you want to do together?"
Yeah.
Like, even if you just did a take a hike resale shop brewery tour,
Yeah. That would be
like
really
that would be
cool.
so sick.
And it's interesting because if you go to a brewery and it's like in kind of like a bumpin' area, like it's usually people that are wearing all of the brands that I'm selling, anyways, which is leading me to think, they're also probably potentially seeking gear or just open to a conversation of like looking for knowledge or like sharing an adventure and experience that they've had recently, which is something that I also love.
I think Asheville would probably buy you out.
Be pretty cool one
Like
day.
you've got the Smoky Mountains nearby, you got the Blue Ridge
Hmm.
Mountaineers by, you got the Pisgah National Forest. Like it's such an incredible area. I loved spending time down there. I think I spent like a month down there. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
But yeah, I think that, or like northern New York, like a little bit more east of Buffalo,
Hmm.
would be
Yeah.
kind of cool. And like the Catskill Mountains area, go
Hmm.
to Maine,
Hmm.
Michigan, like
I would
so many cool
love,
places.
yeah, I would love to pop up in Ellicottville, like Ski Town. They have some pretty big festivals. So if anyone knows any connections there, let me know.
Yeah, seriously, like don't be afraid to give her a shout on her socials. We'll go through that at the end of the episode.
Sure.
I'll give you the whole opportunity to shout yourself out, where they can find you and stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, even if you don't want to shout her out, send something in a comment and I'll get it to her. I think that would be really cool. What about a more achievable goal that's not 5 years down the line? Is there something this year that you want to achieve?
Hmm. I would say, hmm, just like more brand awareness. Recently, it cracks me up because I feel like I'm a full time content creator on Instagram, which is not me at all, but it's actually kind of fun making it because it's relatable of just everyday things I do. Like the other day, the canteen that I got from you, I was like, hey Sam, can you just take a video of me pulling in on my bike because this is literally what I did for take a hike today. So I think more brand awareness on social media, if I could, get that would be like really cool because I feel like in this day and age, social media is pretty prevalent, and since I'm not brick and mortar, that's how the word gets out. Um, so I think we just hit 1,000 followers, so maybe we could hit 2,000 followers in 2026. That would be a achievable, cool win.
I need some recs because we just crossed 100 followers on Instagram
Hmm.
today.
Hmm. That's
So,
exciting.
but I need. I mean, I don't even need to ask you about it. I can just watch your content, and I do marketing for work, so like I can figure it out.
Yeah.
But I also do everything else for everything else, so it's
Hmm.
I don't have a whole lot of time. But
Yeah.
that's exciting that you crossed 1,000 followers, and hopefully this episode brings some new people to
Yeah.
you.
That'd be awesome.
How do you feel about potentially doing online selling?
Yeah, I think about it often, and my hesitation is just like, as I have, like a normal 40-hour work week. So after work and my weekends are filled with pop-ups or, doing an adventure of some sort. It's like I got to find that balance of if that's something that feels fun to me. Like this is very much a fun job to me, and I want to make sure that that stays true. I think, it probably could be successful, like a Depop shop or something. Um,
I mean, I could just build it into your existing website.
you could, yes. It's like the photos and the measurements and the descriptions that just being really transparent is a little daunting to me. I think it could happen, but
I
yeah,
think it's easier than your brain might let you believe it is.
it very well could be. Yes.
And obviously you have me on your side who built
Hmm.
your website.
Yeah.
So I would do most of that heavy lifting anyway.
Yeah.
But I will say after doing inventory and like doing online shops for other outdoors shops, that
Hmm.
a lot of those things you can just find online and it's
Yeah.
just super simple, just copy and paste. So you don't really have to do the measuring and then all that stuff. So
That's true.
but I think that would be cool. I think I definitely understand the daunting aspect of it.
Hmm.
It definitely becomes less enjoyable if you're
Hmm.
having to do this, 40 hours a week on top of your 40-hour a week,
Yeah.
corporate job.
I'm here for the good
Um,
vibes and like building a community. That's what I'm here for.
I think it could be cool for some. So like the way I think about it is you wouldn't put your entire inventory up there. That's
Yeah.
way daunting and like way too
Hmm.
much. I think if you were to do it, it'd be like a few select pieces that could be good nationwide,
Yeah. True. Yeah.
and then just sell those.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I'm not knocking
Um,
it at all. Like, I think it would definitely would, have benefits. Just would have to, set aside that designated time to, like have a coffee or beer with you and just like get the logistical side of it. Um, yeah, life's just busy.
it's so busy. The other idea that I have that I would love to
Let's hear
see
it.
is thrifted shirts. So like a thrifted Patagonia tee with the Take a Hike logo screen printed on it.
Oh. If you think people would be into that, I would love that.
Oh, dude, I would be so into it. I don't know about other. I think other people would be too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to bring this idea up and be like, yeah, I would do it, and then you do
Yeah.
it, no one else buys it. But
Yeah.
like, I would be so into it,
Yeah. Well,
so into it.
spoiler alert, not happening yet, but I'm in communications with someone who is local small screen printing up in Cleveland, and just reached out super randomly. We have like some mutual connections, and I was like, I want like a small run. Like, I'm not, I don't have like thousands of dollars to spend on this. And he's like, you're who I'm looking for. Like, you're not going to need a full screen. So like if I have a bigger project, like the screen's large. So like if we stick your logo on the corner, like we're still using that screen and the rest of it's not going to waste. And I was like, that just meshes so well into, like the business model. And then we were like chatting about totes, and he's like, I have all of these samples that are just rotting in the corner. And I was like, this is incredible. Like this is what I want to do. So um definitely need more brand awareness. Like, I don't have anything that says take a hike apart from one thrifted shirt that says take a hike with a shoe stamp on it, which is really cool that a fellow thrifter got for me. But that's definitely in the works for 2026. I'm thinking some bandanas. I always have a bandana on, not right now, but like bandanas, not a ton of merch, but like definitely totes. I think that those are cool. And if I did find, any cool shirts or something, having a small selection of like even individual, like one of each size that I find, like extra small to like 3XL or something, just something branded would be really cool. So
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely in the works. And I love that idea.
definitely set aside a smaller and medium for me
Got you.
because I need it for
Gotcha.
sure.
Gotcha.
Um, I would like to take a second. We for a fraction of a second touched on this in the pre-show. We're both wearing Cotopaxi hats. This is not
Sure
sponsored
are.
by Cotopaxi, but hey, Cotopaxi, if you want to sponsor the podcast,
That would be pretty
you know
cool.
you know where to find us. I
Hmm.
I actively rep all of your gear all of the time, and I'm pretty sure I've worn this hat in every single episode we've done so far. So, and also in
Yeah.
my other podcasts as well, I wear this hat
I knew you would
every
wear
single day.
yours.
Yeah, I think I sold you that hat
Yeah,
too at my previous employer.
you did.
Uh,
You
so
sure
I'm
did.
glad to see it still living on. But
Hmm.
yeah, I guess before we get into wrapping up the episode, you're a small business owner.
Hmm.
Ru- Speaking from my own personal experience, running a small business is hard
Hmm.
and can be very challenging.
Hmm.
What piece or pieces of advice do you have for somebody looking to start a small business?
I think you need to surround yourself with a support group, because you'll probably lose your mind thinking of like the smallest things, when if you zoom out from an outside lens, like no one's literally ever going to know that that happened or that you're doing that. So I think having like a support system, whether it's a family member or a friend member or a coworker, someone that's like genuinely on your side and is like your rah rah like cheerleader. That's what you need. And don't be afraid to try and make connections. Like, the worst someone can say is no. So if you reach out and they don't respond, oh well. Or they're going to say, like, no, we're not interested. Okay. Like, you never know unless you try. That's like my life motto. So I would just say, like go for it. Things are going to grow. Not everything's going to go great. You're going to have hiccups. But, when you have that support system before you even, take that first step, you're setting yourself up for success by being able to, if you're just having like a shit day, just, happen on a FaceTime call or being like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? And, someone who will actively listen to you and respond to you and tell you the hard truths. I think that that is, something that's really important as well. And you have to have just a really open mind, because things don't go your way, and that's okay. Um, I try and go with the flow of everything in life. That's just my personality in general. But yeah, I would say surrounding yourself with people. Don't be afraid of hard truths, and set yourself up for success if and when you can.
I love that. I think that's perfectly apt advice,
Hmm.
actually. And that's something that I've struggled with is the surrounding myself with good people
Hmm.
aspect. I've finally gotten there. I
Hmm.
have an incredible group of people.
Yeah.
You're included in that.
Hmm.
Um
It's not
and
easy, but
no, no.
if you set it
You
up before you take the leap, it makes a difference.
it does. I would say also don't be afraid to cut ties with people that are actively working against you.
Absolutely.
And that's not to be like, oh, screw the people that don't support me. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there will come a time in business where there's somebody that you thought was a supporter that's actually trying to actively work against you.
Hmm.
Don't be afraid to cut the tie.
Yeah. I think that goes like a part goes into like being a part of like a growing adult is like those boundaries, like
Yeah.
business, personal life, like you have to do it. Like just
Yeah.
it is what it is. So that's definitely it's hard, like really hard. But like if and when it needs to happen, like it's important to, at the end of the day, like you have to protect your happiness and your peace. So
Yeah. And I don't usually do this, but we're going through some pretty trying times in the world right now, with various many things. So the one piece of advice I would give to anybody listening is you've made it through every single thing you thought you couldn't have. Every single
mhm,
struggle, every single obstacle, every single stressor, you've made it through it. So you're capable of making it through whatever you're going through right now.
for sure. Yeah. Day by day. Day by day.
Absolutely. Step by step.
Yep. Yep.
So this is the time that I feel like you dread the most, as most guests do. This is the time for you to shout yourself out. So where can people find you? Where can people interact with you? Where can people watch your content? The whole
Yeah.
nine.
Let me pull up my Instagram so I actually say it correctly. Um, my other side hustle, full time content creation. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
my Instagram is take a hike underscore resale shop. Um, if you message me, I will respond. Perks of being a small business, I'm not getting thousands of inquiries, and I can build that community and answer you, and we can chat about whatever. Um, So that's my Instagram. I also have my website made by Tyler, takeahikeresellshop.com. Actually need to connect with you to get those shows updated on there. I actually have had a couple people reach out about it and they're like, where's the shows coming up? Like, do you have any pop-ups? I was like, I do. I need to set the time aside to get them on the website. So we'll have to get those up there. Um,
Easy. It'll take me 10 minutes.
yeah, I'll send you those dates soon. But Instagram, website. I also have an email. Some people email me goods that they're interested in to get a quote on them or just advice. Or that's just take a hike resale shop at gmail.com. Also an open book. I've done a lot of adventures and I'm open to a lot of things and super knowledgeable. So if you're like thinking about going somewhere, I would also love to just have a conversation about that and how you could potentially be best prepared for that. If you need something for a week, happy to loan it out to you. Perks of having a resale shop, like use it and bring it back and it'll go on to its next home. So definitely Instagram, website, email is the best way to follow along the shop.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll start bugging you about the website and making sure we get those dates up there.
Yeah,
I know
you're
you're a
pretty
busy
you're
gal.
pretty you're pretty good at being like, Chrissy, what are you doing? And yeah, that's what I need in my
Yeah.
life. So good support system is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I try. I try. It's hard for me because I don't want to be like overwhelming and like constantly bugging you. I know you're busy. I'm also busy. So
Yeah,
like most of the time if I don't respond, it's not because I don't want to talk, it's because I don't have an opportunity to.
adulting is
Um
hard.
Oh, dude, it's so hard,
Yeah.
especially when you're doing multiple things.
Hmm.
Like, I think that's the thing that people don't understand that aren't like in my close proximity is like I work a full time day job. I run
Hmm.
two full time podcasts.
Hmm.
I have a girlfriend
Hmm.
and other like life aspirations that I'm
Hmm.
constantly working on.
Yeah,
It's hard, man. It's
the grind
hard. And
never
I say that from
stops.
I'm saying that from a very privileged place.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I am very grateful to be as busy as I am. I'm not
Hmm.
complaining about it, but I do have people that get mad at me when I don't respond, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I have many things.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that's a perfect place to wrap the episode. It's been incredible to finally have you on here.
Reeled me in.
You I think you were the first person I actually reached out to be a guest before I even had a co-host for the podcast.
Yeah.
I actually think I floated you being a co-host at one point.
You
Which
did, and I was like, I literally, there's a lot going on. I appreciate it, but like I just, that was like like that would just be overloaded for me.
yeah, and that's the opposite of what I ever wanted. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were here today.
Hmm.
I'm hoping to get you back on at some point in the future.
Yeah, I would love
I
to come
think
back on and be like talk about like another topic like that is of interest to you and the co-host, and just kind of share ideas.
absolutely, yeah, that would be amazing. And it doesn't
Hmm.
even have to be super far out. It could be. I think we're booking for June and July right now. So
Yeah,
I mean, I know summer season's busy for you, so that it might have to be a fall type situation. But
yeah.
um,
Maybe we could
yeah,
even meet up in the park and have like a live making coffee, camp style, and chatting about
ooh,
like a local trail or something. That could be cool.
that would be so cool. Look at you floating sick ideas. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm. We'll get you back on, and maybe Sam can be involved next time too.
He would love that. He was on a bike ride. He did deliver me this beer, but yes, he would love to be involved next time. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd love to have Sam on. I love Sam
Hmm.
so much.
Me too.
Um, but yeah, that's where we'll wrap it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, our presenting sponsors, Take a Hike Resale Shop and Open Trail Collective, help put the show on. So thank you to both sponsors and to Chrissy. Uh, and yeah, we'll see you next week. I think next week is. I don't even know what next week is, so I'm not gonna even say it. As always, I've been Tyler, and our guest today has been Chrissy. Thank you
Thanks,
guys so much for
everybody.
listening, and we'll see you guys next week.